If you love the Bedtime Scientist, consider adding my books to your bedtime routine. You can find them on Amazon or at bedtimescientist.com. Now, welcome to the Bedtime Scientist. Tonight we're taking a journey under the ocean, but not in our usual way. Tonight we're going for a train ride under the ocean. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. It's called the Chunnel. It runs under the English Channel between England and France. And if you ever travel through it on a train, you'll be moving underwater without the water ever touching you. The idea for this tunnel didn't start yesterday. People talked about connecting England and France under the water for over 200 years. 200 years! But they didn't have the machines. They didn't have the technology. So the dream just waited. It waited until the right moment, until humans were ready to build it. And in 1994, they finally did it. But under all that water, under all that rock, how do humans even begin something like that? You have two countries separated by water. You want to connect them, but you can't see across. You can't build a bridge because the water's too deep and the weather too rough. So you decide to go underneath. The water above you isn't going anywhere. It weighs down on everything below it. And under the seabed, there's rock. Hard, thick rock. You need to get through all of it. So, two countries separated by water, two teams of workers, two tunnels moving slowly toward each other beneath the sea. On the England side, workers began digging. On the France side, different workers began digging too, both moving toward the middle of the English Channel. But how do you dig from opposite ends and make sure you meet? They couldn't see each other through the stone. They were deep underground, moving slowly through rock and earth, trusting the measurements would guide them toward the same place. If one team was off by even a little bit, the tunnels would miss each other completely. You'd end up with two tunnels that never connect. Every measurement mattered because somewhere ahead, miles through the stone, another group was digging toward them too. There was no room for guessing. For years they dug. They moved through chalk and rock. They pulled out thousands of tons of earth and stone. The machine they used was called a tunnel boring machine. It's huge. It has a giant spinning disc at the front with teeth. As it spins, the teeth cut into the rock. Behind it, the machine pushes concrete segments into place to hold up the tunnel walls. The machine is eating through the earth, inch by inch, meter by meter, day after day. The sound of it echoed through the tunnel for hours at a time. The air smelled like wet stone and machine oil. The workers listened to the machine and checked the measurements again and again. And after years of digging from opposite sides, something shifted. The workers heard it first, faintly through the rock. Drilling from the other side, they finally heard proof that someone else was there, moving toward them, still digging, still coming. And then the final wall began to crack. When the final wall between them came down, The French and British teams had met almost exactly where they were supposed to. After digging for years from opposite sides of a channel, they were off by less than a meter. Less than a meter. Inside the tunnel now, there's rock and concrete and steel. There's actually three tunnels side by side, two for trains and one for safety and maintenance. The walls and roof are reinforced because the water pressure is always there. The sea is always pushing down. The tunnel has to hold it back. And maybe you're thinking, how can I feel safe moving through something under the ocean? How can anything hold back all that water? But here's the thing, the tunnel doesn't fight the water, it respects it. The engineers understood the pressure. They built the concrete thick. They built the steel strong. They built it knowing exactly what it had to hold. And that's why it works. That's why people ride through it every single day without thinking twice. The weight of the water is constant. It doesn't stop pushing. But the concrete and steel, they don't move. They hold. When a train moves through the channel, it takes about 20 minutes to go from one country to the other. In those 20 minutes, you're moving through solid earth. You're below the ocean. You're inside something humans built. And it works. Humans kept moving toward one another. They finished what they started. And it exists because two countries decided to meet under the sea. The French team on one side, the British team on the other. For years, they moved toward each other. They trusted that somewhere ahead, another group of people was still digging too. They used math. They used machines. They used patience. And they met almost exactly where they said they would. The tunnel is still there, still holding back the water, still connecting two countries. And it connects them because humans decided that an important thing was worth building together. And just before you drift off to dream of tunnels and machines and two countries meeting in the darkness underneath the sea, I want you to know something about you. Your mind is a wonderful thing, so full of curiosity. And I like your mind, just the way it wonders. I'll be back again soon to wonder more with you.